All right, part 2 of lesson 5.2 on substitution. You're going to have a couple equations on your homework that might look like this as well. Remember, the first equation is slope-intercept form, and the second equation is standard form. Standard form just has the x and the y on the same side of the equation. So I'm going to do the same thing by making a blob. In order to have a blob, it needs to be a single variable equals and then the other variable. So it can be x equals or y equals for your blob. So I'm going to circle this, and that's my blob. Now I'm going to insert my blob into my second equation where I see y. It's very important that I put parentheses where the y was so that I know to insert my whole blob there and know that what's on the outside is going to be multiplied by everything inside the parentheses. So my blob is negative 2x minus 9, so I put that in there, equals negative 19. Okay, so now my first step is to break up these parentheses. So I'm going to do that by taking negative 5 and multiplying it by everything inside the parentheses. So negative 5 times negative 2x gives me positive 10x. And negative 5 times negative 9 gives me positive 45 equals negative 19. And this 6x comes down as well. My next step is to combine like terms. So I have 16x plus, or 10 plus 6 gives me 16x plus 45 equals negative 19. Now I want to get all my numbers on one side, so I'm going to move my 45 and do that to both sides of the equation. And then I get 16x. These 45s cancel, and I get negative 64. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 16 to get my x by itself. And negative 64 divided by 16 gives me a negative 4. So my first part of my answer is negative 4. Now I'm going to take negative 4 and plug that into the first equation to solve for y. So I have y equals negative 2x minus 9. So wherever I see x, I'm going to put parentheses and put a negative 4. And then I'm going to solve for y. So negative 2 times negative 4 gives me a positive 8 minus 9. And 8 minus 9 gives me negative 1. So my answer is negative 4, negative 1 for this equation. So you're only going to have about 3 problems on your homework that are this type. The rest are going to be giving you 2 equations in the y equals form. So that is how you'll do 5.2 substitution. It's very important that you show your work for this, because if we don't see your work and know where you're making mistakes, if you just give your answer as an ordered pair, it's a little bit hard for us to see where you went wrong. So you'll need to do this on a piece of scratch paper and then take a picture and upload it to the assignment. If you look at the assignment, there's 3 slides. The first 2 are the worksheet, and the third slide is where you'll insert your image. You can go to the assignment and click Insert Image, take a picture with your Chromebook of your paper, and then put it on the third slide. If you have questions or need help, please email me as always.